Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, July 1, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines this evening, teenager withdraws rape allegation against NIGEL DHARAMLALL, says crime chief. 26-year-old killed in two motorcycle collision on West Coast Demerara Road. GCOM removing names of the dead from National Register. 82 murders, 102 road fatalities recorded in the first half of 2023, and Health Ministry targeting youths to lower drug abuse rates. Now for the news in detail. We begin tonight's newscast by telling you that one motorcyclist was killed on Friday evening in a head-on collision with another motorcyclist on the Leonora Public Road, West Coast Demerara. Dead is 26-year-old Munishwar Singh of Lot 7, Cornelia Ida, West Coast Demerara. The accident occurred at sometime around 18:02 hours. The other motorcycle was being driven by a 19-year-old resident of Anna Catarina, West Coast Demerara. According to police reports, the teenager was proceeding east along the northern side of the road at a fast rate of speed on motorcycle CL9563 when he overtook a motorcar and lost control of his bike. As a result, the motorcycle flipped over and collided with motorcycle CM1052 driven by Singh, which was proceeding in the opposite direction. Both motorcyclists sustained injuries to their bodies following the collision. Singh was picked up by public-spirited persons in an unconscious state, while the 19-year-old was picked up in a conscious state. They were both rushed to the Leonora Cottage Hospital for medical attention. However, Singh succumbed to his injuries while receiving treatment, but the 19-year-old motorcyclist was treated and later sent away. He was subsequently arrested and placed in custody. The motorcyclist was subjected to a breathalyzer test, but no trace of alcohol was found in his system. The teenager at the center of the sexual misconduct case against local government and regional development minister NIGEL DHARAMLALL has now withdrawn her accusations, and the Guyana police force is now seeking legal advice on the way forward. More in this Pujarambaran report.
Crime Chief Wendell Blanham on Friday evening confirmed that the alleged victim has given a no further action statement to investigators in the presence of one of her parents and a representative from the Child Care and Protection Agency. Blanham also disclosed that a new file will be sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, for further legal advice on the matter. Only Wednesday, the DPP advised the Guyana Police Force to conduct further investigations into the rape allegation against Minister NIGEL DHARAMLALL. Meanwhile, President Dr. Irfan Ali on Tuesday assured that he would respect the outcome of the investigation and indicated that the fate of the minister as a government minister would be determined at the appropriate time.
I am very strong on people's rights and women and children. There is no compromise with that. I've made it very clear from the inception that there is a procedure that has to follow, and we have to trust our system. Now, that system has commenced its work with investigation. I am not involved in that. The minister proceeded on leave to allow that system to work, right? When the system completes its work, then subsequent decisions will be made. As president, I have no other choice but to stand behind the decisions of the institution. If the institution decides it's separate, it's independent, it's like the judiciary, it's the police, it's the DPP, it's independent of the executive. So it's not a matter of standing behind, it's a matter of respecting whatever outcome is there.
Following the surfacing of the rape allegation, which was first made on social media over 2 weeks ago, DHARAMLALL had proceeded on administrative leave to facilitate an investigation into the matter. There have been widespread calls from various civil society representatives and rights activists, as well as from the APNU opposition, for justice for the teenage girl. Pujarambaran for the Evening News.
Meanwhile, the Guyana Police Force on Friday evening maintained that it acted with the highest level of professionalism during its investigation of the rape allegation made by the teenager against local government and regional development minister NIGEL DHARAMLALL. Following reports that the victim no longer wanted to take further action in the matter, persons took to social media to vent their outrage over this development. There were even allegations that the police had pressured the teenager with a series of interviews up to late Thursday night. However, the police denied that the victim was re-interviewed to exhaustion, calling the claim a dangerous and mischievous attempt to obscure and contort the facts of this matter. According to the police, at no time did investigators make contact with with the victim, nor did they conduct any interview on Thursday. In fact, it was noted that the teenager and her parents prepared a statement on Friday indicating that they wanted to end the matter. The police have said it was after receiving that statement that investigators met with the victim, her parents, and a child care official at the Child Care and Protection Agency. The police file has been returned to the Director of Public Prosecutions for further legal advice. We now tell you that while the Guyana Elections Commission cannot remove the names of persons on the voters list based on residence, GCOM is undertaking a process to remove the names of dead persons from the National Register of Registrants. Rupasina Ryan has the details.
At a press conference on Friday, Deputy Chief Elections Officer Anil Giddings disclosed that following the amendments to the National Registration Act, Chapter 1908, GCOM is now getting a monthly list of persons who are registered as deceased from the General Register Office.
That list is received, well received, and has been received, I should say, since my time here, where we go through a process of ensuring or verifying their existence on the National Register. And using that document, we would flag them as deceased. And that is actually the process that obtains currently as regards to removal. And I should add that that is the legal way. That's the only way the persons are removed from the National Register of Registrants.
The Partnership for National Unity opposition has been mounting pressure on GCOM to clean the voters list, which it says is bloated. The party has also been pushing for the introduction of biometrics into the voting process. But GCOM chairperson retired Justice Claudette Singh has maintained that the commission cannot make these changes without reforms to the Constitution.
It is lucidly clear that even if you're a Guyanese citizen living abroad, GCOM cannot remove your name from the Register of Registrants because of the fact that you are living overseas. There is also a clamor for the introduction of biometrics at the place of poll. This would require a voter to place his or her fingers in a device, and should the voter refuse to so do, then the voter would be denied his constitutional right to vote. To remove a person's name from the voters list on the grounds of residency and the introduction of biometrics will necessitate an amendment to the Constitution. GCOM does not have the legal parameters to do this. The Attorney General has announced that there will be a constitutional reform sometime soon. A constitutional commission was already established in 2022. It hasn't yet been put in place.
Rupasina Ryan, The Evening News.
Coming up on the other side of the break, 82 murders, 102 road fatalities recorded in the first half of 2023. Please stay tuned.
I was born in the very same hospital I work in now. And because of that, it's important to me that my patients get the best care possible. That starts with dependable electricity. Some people dream about being a movie star. I dream about healthcare.
ExxonMobil is helping provide a source of reliable energy through the Gas to Energy project.
Turbo energy drink rolling out the Turbo Hot Summer Wheels promotion. Win a brand new 2023 Honda HR-V. Plus over $3 million in weekly cash and prizes. Just grab any bottle of Turbo energy drink, Buster or Classic, and locate the 8-digit code on the bottle. Then visit Turbo IG and Facebook at Turbo_Caribbean for more details. Conditions apply.
Sally's Boutique is the place to shop when looking for quality high-end men and women footwear, wristwear, wallets, and clothing. Follow us on Instagram, Sally's Boutique GY. We're located at Charlotte Street between Camp and Wellington Streets. Contact us on 231-7519. That's 231-7519. WhatsApp 613-9578. That's 613-9578. Sally's Boutique, the new home of Clark's.
Entrepreneurs, coconut byproducts are in high demand. How can you cater to that demand? By investing in a coconut shredder from Sylvie's. Guaranteed to increase your output, this 110-volt stainless steel machine shreds coconut in seconds, allowing you to also save on labor and time. From the shreds, you can create coconut powder, oil, milk, etc. Order yours now at sylviesonline.com or at our 31 High and Hatfield Street store.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. The Guyana Police Force has recorded an increase in the number of murders reported in the first half of 2023 and has revealed that fatalities on the country's roadways during this period have surpassed 100. Let's have a look.
For the period January 1st to June 29th, 2023, the Guyana Police Force said 82 murders were recorded. This is compared to 60 recorded during the same period in 2022. Among the murders in the first half of the year, 33 were domestic related, 32 stemmed from disorderly conduct, and 2 execution-style killing. 6 of those murders were committed during the course of robberies, while the remaining 9 murders are of unknown causes. Meanwhile, with regards to traffic statistics, the police force reported that some 102 road fatalities were recorded within the first 6 months of this year. During this period, there were 65 fatal accidents from which some 75 persons died. Between January to June, fatal incidents on the roadways amounted to 24, resulting in the deaths of another 27 persons. The 102 road fatalities in the first half of 2023 is compared to 77 recorded during the same period last year. However, while the police's statistics covered up to June 29th, another fatal accident occurred on Friday, June 30th on the Demerara Public Road involving 2 motorcycles, which led to the death of 26-year-old Monishwar Singh of Cordelia Ida, West Coast, Demerara. Back in December 2022, the police had reported that some 122 homicides were recorded thus far, with a 19% reduction in serious crimes in 2022 compared to 2021. Lawanda McAllister, The Evening News.
In its efforts at preventing drug abuse, the Health Ministry is placing heavy focus on targeting vulnerable groups within the population, especially young people. Find out more in this Rupert report.
Project lead of the Drug Demand Reduction Unit, Dr. Travis Freeman, appeared on the Health Matters program this week, where the focus was placed on drug abuse and illicit trafficking prevention. The intention of the Health Ministry, he said, is to delay the onset or initial use of drugs within communities.
And we have targeted our, what we refer to as our target population, which would include in and out of school youths, persons from communities where there is some sort of marginalization, also institutional use and other target groups. So those are the areas or the populations that we focus on, and the intention is for us to delay the onset or the initial use of drugs, hence why we're focusing on those in and out of school youths.
Zeroing in on stakeholder involvement, Dr. Freeman highlighted that the community is a critical player in removing stigma and discrimination against drug users. Rather, he noted, they should work towards having those persons in rehabilitative institutions.
When we see persons or we suspect persons are misusing a substance, rather than discriminate or stigmatize against them, we can get them help. We can get them treatment at one of our drug treatment and care sites. The Ministry of Health currently has more than 10 treatment sites, and they're all accessible at our local community health facility.
For existing users of illicit drugs, the public health officer encouraged that help is always available, provided through several facilities across the country.
Substance use is a big issue, and it does not have to be taken on by you only. We're here to help you and to work along with you to getting the right help that that individual who might be misusing a substance needs. I want to encourage our youth, our in and out of school youths, not to use drugs because of the dire health and social impacts that substance use have or drug use has.
The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime World Health Report 2022 highlighted that around 284 million people aged 15 to 64 used drugs worldwide in 2020, a 26% increase over the previous decade. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
In commemoration of the global observance of International Cooperative Day today, the Labor Ministry hosted a market day to allow some 17 local businesses to showcase and sell their products and services. Pooja Rambran has the details.
This event saw the participation of cooperative societies and businesses from regions 2, 3, 4, 6, and 10. A number of products were showcased, including organic produce, plantains, eggs, fish, and beef. During the event hosted at the Labour Ministry on Brickdam, Minister Joseph Hamilton noted that this is an opportunity for these small businesses to enhance their operations by improving their manufacturing and marketing. He further encouraged attendees and Labour Ministry officials to offer them maximum support.
What we're attempting to do here is all in keeping with the government program of food security. That is what this is about. To ensure that we can become a nation that is secure as regards food and what we eat. We now have to pay some attention to how we eat and what we're eating.
Mark Singh, co-owner of Malia's Kitchen, explained that his business offers traditional snacks such as chicken foot, mithai, milk powder fudge, and black cake.
This is birthed out of COVID in 2020. This forced us to venture out to different things, and we have went around to supermarkets and shops, and we have noticed that the quality is not there. So we decided to offer packaging and have quality, authentic, traditional snacks being offered.
Meanwhile, Radhika Basteo Dynasty, another Market Day participant, highlighted her products and encouraged persons to visit her establishment in Enmore.
Basteo Dynasty is a processing establishment that manufactures and packages mango achar, pepper sauce, tamarind achar, salt, fish, plastic flour, amongst other spices. And we are located at 34B Enmore Pasture, East Coast, Demerara. Here to place an order, you can contact me on 645-6018.
Other companies featured during the market day included Lisa's Hair and Beauty Products, selling handmade soaps and botanical body oils, and Jofa Products, offering pepper stew and sweet pepper jelly. Pooja Rambran for the Evening News.
Residents of 3rd Street, Burnt Bush Dam, East Kanji in Region 6 are calling for a new contractor to take over the reconstruction of their streets. This is after the current contractor failed to complete the job within the 6-month deadline. In this Andrew Carmichael report, we hear that the contractor is blaming the weather and has referred to the residents as being illiterate. Let's have a look.
There are more than a dozen houses at 3rd Street, Burnt Bush Dam, East Kanji, and according to the residents, the delayed road repairs, which have been ongoing for more than 6 months, has forced them to leave their vehicles in unsafe areas. However, the contractor tells a different story and blames the inclement weather for the delays. One resident, Manohar Brahmadeen, says the contractor has not been on site regularly, even though the road is left in a state where it is almost unusable by vehicles.
The picnic got to go to school, they got hard to come out, motorbike got the people place, car got sleep on the road, people are thieving things on this car. So I don't know how to take place with this contractor here. So it's too difficult to ask for living in this condition here.
How long has the street been in this condition?
This street get about like 6-7 months now. The contractor doing a left it just like this.
The first time he came, he dig out the street. When he dig out the street, 2 months after we see. When he come from the 2 months after, then he throw a little bit sand. And hardly he coming and walking on the street. When he gets sun, you won't see him here at all. When the rain fall, then he go come a little bit and pump little water. That is it. It's really hard for me. All we vehicle, we got like 10 vehicles all got there on the street. Park up. Then we get a problem with the neighbor on the street for the vehicle on the street. It's really hard for me. Son going to school, we got to high see out of this mud. It's real hard.
The contractor to rebuild the street was awarded to MRC Construction. The contractor says on many occasions he cannot do work because residents have their vehicles parked on the street which is under construction. He provided pictures to this newscast and also claimed that animals on the road have negatively impacted on the work he has been doing. Nevertheless, residents say the slothfulness of the contractor is affecting their children's education.
So when ring a family that no go school, she no go to school because she before he reach her front she boot full mud. So they no make sense.
According to the contractor, it was 3 months after the contract was awarded that he was given a commencement letter from the Ministry of Housing. The project is to construct a street from an existing earthen dam. The contractor claims that more than 12 inches of soil had to be removed before the construction could have commenced. However, inclement weather is making it difficult for him to move into the next stage and place crusher run on the loom since the loom has become soggy. However, residents say the contractor has not been taking advantage of the dry periods.
The man come and dig this down and left and just now when ring a fall this thing look like we get 3 trench. Full water when you go in, a water meet you there. My husband got to come and hold one shovel and dig all this water, the front tell to back when you left. When you telling something this man, he say how ring a fall, we got to tell God to stop ring a fall. For Easter time, this place being dry. The anchor not come for nothing. He say how ring a fall, Easter time, this place being dry.
I expect you have fresh sugar from Miss Army. 110 pounds you have fresh till to the house. Them in business bother because they know how it hard. But we talk it to them and tell me about rain only falling when he come in and walk. The man turn and tell me that he see why the street got make it. So why for we see money make it the street here?
MRC Construction was reportedly given up to June 10 to complete the project. When asked about this date, the contractor did not confirm nor deny, but said that the residents are illiterate. For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbor Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday, July the 2nd, 2023 at 3:30 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 15:45 hours on Sunday, July the 2nd, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
And now the local stock exchange market compliments of Gassi. West Indies knocked out of World Cup, but this and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Place your bets during the matches and win up to $3 million per coupon with live betting. Check out all the different matches and bet types at www.superbet.gy. Superbet, your best bet. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply.
Turbo energy drink rolling out the Turbo Hot Summer Wheels promotion. Win a brand new 2023 Honda HR-V. Plus over $3 million in weekly cash and prizes. Just grab any bottle of Turbo energy drink, Buster or Classic, and locate the 8-digit code on the bottle. Then visit Turbo IG and Facebook at Turbo_Caribbean. For more details, conditions apply.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.